Greetings. In this video, I'm going to discuss talent versus skill. Now, there are different ways that you could define these terms. For the sake of this discussion, I'm going to define talent as inborn natural ability. So what you come into this world with, some people have just an extraordinary talent, a natural ability. For example, I was listening to the story by Corrie ten Boom about her experience with the Nazi occupation of Holland, and in the story of her life, she shares about how in their family there was a little boy named Peter who was listening to the radio with their family, and he notices that the piano in the orchestra has a note out of tune. And they go on to find out that this kid has an incredible gift for music and rapidly absorbed what she knew and then went on to be a professional musician that quickly outperformed people with far much more training and experience than he did. So there's just a simple reality that some people have an extraordinary amount of talent or natural ability. In contrast, there's skill. Skill is what's acquired through training and practice, through hard work and experience. So skill is something that you can earn, but talent is something that you can't, right? It's something that you're kind of given, whether you have it or not. Some people have just a ridiculous amount of talent. Some people have some talent. Some people just don't have much natural ability for music, but they can acquire skill. So the reason I bring this up is just to encourage you that you may not have been born with an extraordinary amount of talent, but you can learn. The fact is, through enough training and hard work, you can achieve amazing things. And people don't really like to acknowledge the reality that some people have a different potential for the next person. It kind of seems like un-American, or it's like telling people they can't achieve their dreams. But the reality is that, not everyone can be an astronaut. You do have to have a certain level of intelligence, and you do have to have a certain level of physical fitness. That not everyone comes into this world with the requisite fitness or intelligence. Some people have health issues that would knock them out of that running right away. And intelligence is something that varies from person to person. However, like I discussed in another video, you don't have to be highly intelligent to reach an expert level. Research has shown that even people who are well below average, people who are mentally retarded, can actually achieve an expert level of skill. So don't let that stop you. You may not have been born with an extraordinary amount of talent, but you can still achieve great things and become an expert. And on the flip side, I would also express that talent is a double-edged sword. It can be an obstacle to being able to receive the necessary input. Sometimes when someone has a lot of natural ability, they are less open to the input of others. It can be something that really breeds pride. And so if you're a very talented person, I would just encourage you to be careful with that. You can actually limit your own potential by closing yourself off to the input of others. But if you're going to achieve an extraordinary level, there are a very, very select few that just have an insane amount of talent and reach just an extraordinary level on that merit alone. But for the rest of us, even with just a moderate amount of talent, it still takes a huge amount of hard work, much more than most talented people are willing to do. And for those of us that lack talent, I would encourage you that, our lack of talent can actually be a strength because it builds in us a work ethic that can help us to work past those who aren't willing to discover what really can be achieved through hard work and discipline. So I would encourage you just to evaluate what is your own level of talent and what's your skill level. You can grow your skill level, and I encourage you to accept what you came into this world with and to make the most of it by working hard and growing your skill. I hope this is helpful for how you view yourself and your ability and the ability of those around you. It's something that's not discussed enough, and the fact is sometimes our society will elevate those who are very talented and oftentimes put them in teaching roles, which is unfortunate because oftentimes people who naturally do the right thing don't understand how to get there or how to get others there. And it can be really tricky. I've seen videos of extremely talented guitarists who kind of show what they do, but they don't know how to break it down. You know, I heard of a, a coworker, a former coworker of mine, took a took part in a program with one of the world's most famous guitarists. And this guy is extremely talented, but my coworker was sharing with me about how this incredible player wasn't very good at teaching and didn't know how to break down certain issues. And I've seen that myself too in master classes where some of the world's best players are phenomenal teachers and some of them don't have a clue how to teach. And it's just kind of a reality that when we put phenomenally talented people into teaching positions, oftentimes it creates a toxic situation. So you have to be kind of careful with that. And if you're ever in a position to decide, you know, who's going to teach in this situation, it's not necessarily the best player. You know, that person might be great at playing, but they might not be great at communicating the ideas that build music. So those are some thoughts. Thank you very much for watching.